Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back. Got the twin hydro on the block. This is a 24-inch Deltaforce Vortex. Today we're going to concentrate on flotation in the boat and in the hatch. This is a very overlooked aspect of a RC boat build, a very important part of the boat build. So stick around. We're just going to do flotation in this video. Big B, we're Ironclad RC. Our parts bin is slowly dwindling. Okay, we basically have cooling, mounting the ESCs, connectors, and battery, and then we can do our maiden. Okay, hadn't really worked on it last couple days. I went hard last week. So flotation, like I said, it's very commonly overlooked. Guys sink their boat and they wonder why their boat sinks. You may not have put enough flotation in your boat or forgot to put flotation in. So it's a really important part. So you can use this type foam. I guess this is like a, I don't freaking know, just a styrofoam, cheap foam. It's what we're going to use today. In this boat, I would rather have used this like open cell, like squishy foam. I could like, you can like compress it and get it under and in an area. This stuff right here, it don't really compress. It's kind of messy, you know. So we're actually going to be using this really fine, like balsa wood pool saw. It's a hobby pool saw to cut this this foam. It don't really make a mess with this saw. We're also going to be using a hot knife, my Redneck foam cutter. Okay, heat it up and then make our cuts. What I'm going to start off with, I've already made this part. Everything else will kind of cut on the fly here. So I basically kind of flipped my boat over here, and I cut a piece for the front. You know, that way when we run our bigger blocks in, it'll basically stop on this piece of foam we got cut. I want to try to cut my foam so that it's basically the same shape as my sponson. You know, catamarans, when you're cutting your foam, you know, you want to cut the angle, kind of go with the shape of the sponsons. You know, hydroplane, catamaran, monohulls, you know, you would cut it the shape of the V up front. You know what I mean, the tip. So all right, so I'm going to go ahead and shove these like pre-cut pieces. I'm going to try to get them all the way up front. I'm going to use this 1/4-inch flex cable here. All right. I'll put this one in same way. Basically, we got that piece of foam in here. It's about right here. If I can, I'm gonna cut a piece of foam that's too long and try to like compact it in there whenever I go to put my two pieces in. So what I'm thinking is I'll cut two pieces, one here and one here. So basically 4 pieces total. I'm gonna cut basically that shape on my first piece. Gonna try to kind of round it. It don't have to be perfect, you know, as long as it kind of fills the whole area. And then I'll cut another piece that's kind of shaped like this right hand side, you know. So piece like this and a piece like this. I guess you can kind of put your foam up there, you know, something like that. Maybe split the difference there and then mark it, you know, give you an outside shape. Okay, and then we'll need like the non-trip shape, you know. So let's get a length here. So that forward piece come to about right there, right? about right there, and then we'll cut this back about, let's make it a little bit longer. Okay, so now I'm just going to kind of heat up my knife here. Don't really want to get it red hot, you know. So if you get it red hot, it'll cut through it and then like melt the foam. Okay, so it don't need to be super hot. All right, so that's how it's going to go in there, right? So when I cut this curve right here, I think I'm going to go ahead and try to cut that angle in it. So we're going to cut. We're going to cut that angle in it. You see what I'm saying? So this is basically going to be the top shape. I'm getting a top and bottom line here. So I use the other side. Okay, see what I got here? Got that line, and then I got that line. Okay, and then we're going to cut this angle in it. So basically, this will be like that. All right, we're going to try it. Let's see what we can do here. With my Redneck foam cutter. All right. Okay, so it got cold on me, so I'm just going to heat it up a little bit more. They have hot wire cutters, man. I'm just too cheap to buy one. See what I did there? Okay. So that should go right there, and then we'll cut another piece to fill it in. Okay. Now hopefully we can get this in without having to trim the height of it. We might have to trim the height. See what I'm doing here? Okay, did you hear that? I was pressing it in. I pressed it in there, so I know I got a nice tight fit. Okay, then I'm going to use something. There we go. See it, but it's in there. So now we need to cut a piece for this side. I don't think I'm going to video both sides because it would just be boring for you. So we can use this piece right here. Okay. So it's probably in there at an angle, more than likely, so I'm going to try to match it up. Oh yeah, that's going to be perfect actually. I think it will be. Oh, good. Oh, I can get another piece in there. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I think I can get a piece, like a wedge piece up top. So you see how that piece there wasn't quite tall enough? So I'm going to try to get this little wedge in there, hopefully. Yeah. So I actually try to fit mine in really tight. Sorry I got you guys zoomed in too much, just trying to get you in on the action. I try to fit mine in there real tight, you know, kind of pack it in there. For one, you get the most flotation that way, and two, when you come down on a crash, if you have something behind that fiberglass, something kind of semi-solid for the impact to absorb, you know, you may not crack your hull. Okay, so it was 3 pieces, 4. I got one here, one here, one on the bottom, a long piece, and then a little shim on top to kind of hold everything in. I'm going to go ahead and do that for the other side, okay, and then we'll work on the hatch. You got the soft foam, regular styrofoam. You have spray foam, like you get it like any hardware store. I don't recommend that. For one, it's heavy. 2, it soaks up water. 3, if you put it in an enclosed or confined area, it'll blow the seams out when it expands. They have a pour foam. It's a polyurethane pour foam. You mix it up 2-part, you pour it in, and then it expands. And that's actually the best thing for flotation. It's really buoyant. It's somewhat light, and it's retardant to water. It don't suck up water like spray foam does. So yeah, there's a few options there. So I got mine in. Okay, 4 piece. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 pieces. It's packed in there. All right. So let's do the cowling. So typically, you would have to contend with a motor that's mounted center and put your foam in your hatch according. Okay, so I don't have a big motor, so I could basically fill that little bubble right there with foam. It's not going to be perfect. I think I'm just going to use this block. I was thinking about using that thicker piece, but actually, you know what? We could probably just use this one. Yeah, let's do that. I got mine so that it fits up front in the biggest part of the hatch. This will prevent our hatch from sinking if it blows off the boat or blows off the dock. It'll also contribute to flotation in the boat if we flip it and it starts filling up with water. So I don't think I'm going to glue mine in yet because I actually want to do an inlay on this hatch. So I think I'm going to hold off on gluing it. When you glue it, some E6000. I've actually used hot glue on the hull first, let the hot glue kind of cool down before you put the foam on there, and that works. You know, E6000 is the best, in my opinion. But I just want to make sure that it's gonna clear the motors or the battery, whatever you have that's, you know, going up into your hatch or whatever. I just kind of rounded mine off with some 60 grit. I made a damn mess everywhere, but nothing a little vacuum cleaner won't fix. So yeah, this boat is now ready for the water. Like, all we have to do is finalize the build. I got my foam in. The sponsons are packed. Okay, you could even go as far as putting foam under the top side there, you know, all the way down if you wanted to. I've seen guys use pool noodles. I forgot to mention pool noodles earlier. So you could actually put pool noodles in here, whatever floats your boat, like quite literally. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Big B, Wood Ironclad RC.